What is going on, guys? Papacy back with a video for you guys, and today I'm bringing another Pokemon Sun and Moon moveset tutorial guide video. This time we're looking at Drampa, one of my favorite Pokemon to come out of the 7th generation. If you guys enjoy the content and you want to support the channel, leave a like. It really does go a long way. If you guys have any specific Pokemon or even specific sets you want me to cover in a future video, leave a comment down below. Does not have to be a 7th gen Pokemon per se. It could be an older Pokemon if you guys really want that, especially older Pokemon that got Alolan forms or older Pokemon that got new moves or new stat buffs, like Mantine, for example. So if you guys want to see that, leave a comment down below. But let's take a look at Drampa. So we're also on Pokemon Showdown this time. Reason being is because the other videos I recorded, I think it was just the 3 starters and Tapu Koko. For those videos, Showdown was not updated at the time that I recorded them. So that was mostly theory craft. I didn't really actually use those sets until the game actually came out. This time, though, I did actually use Drampa. I have not used all of these sets, though. I will admit that I have used the first 2 sets. The last 2 sets I haven't used. The second to last set's arguably a bad set. It's a physical set, which is weird. And then the last set I've never used is just a theory that I had. So, taking a look at Drampa's stats. Pretty freaking good. 78 in HP, 60 attack. Pretty bad, but you might be able to make that work because you got a really wide move pool. 85 defense, 135 special attack, which is great, 91 special attack, which is great, and then 36 speed. You could potentially run this on Trick Room. I know a lot of people were saying a lot of the Pokemon in Sun and Moon are really slow, so Trick Room might be good. I personally haven't tried that, and I personally don't think it'll be that great, but when you have 36 speed and this kind of bulk, running this thing in Trick Room could be pretty nice. This particular set, though, actually, I guess we could take over the, or we should look at the abilities first. So, we have Berserk. What this does is this Pokemon special attack is raised by 1 when it reaches 1/2 of or less of its max HP. That's pretty interesting because you do have a lot of bulk, so you can definitely take hits, and being at half health isn't too bad. The only problem with that is running leftovers on this thing is kind of weird because you want to go below half to get the stat boost, but at the same time having the recovery is nice. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there. On this particular set, though, I am running Assault Vest with Berserk, Draco Meteor, Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Shadow Ball. This thing gets insane coverage. Blizzard, it gets Calm Mind, which if you really want to run that, you could. Dragon Pulse, obviously, Dragon Tail, Earthquake, and it gets Energy Ball and Flamethrower, which is just insane. Fire Blast, Focus Blast, I believe it gets Play Rough. I don't think it gets Dazzling Gleam, though. Rock Slide, Shadow Ball, Roost, Surf, Thunder Wave, Glare, though, which is arguably better, Toxic, Thunder, Surf, so many good attacks. Light Screen, I don't think it's Reflect, though. Does it get Reflect? No, it doesn't reflect. Roar. Lots of things you can do with this Pokemon. It reminds me a bit of Goodra, mainly because it's a Dragon type with a wide move pool and not as good Spadef as Goodra, not even close, but pretty decent special defense and good special attack. Hopping on to the next set, though, we have a Choice Specs Drampa, pretty much the same set as before. Only difference is I have Hurricane on this set because what you could do is you could run this guy with a Rain Setter like Politoed or Pelipper. I'll cover those in a second, and just hit Hurricane a bunch of times. Choice Specs Hurricane from a freaking Drampa. Nothing is living that. And then just any other 3 coverage moves really doesn't really matter. And then same EV spread, Modest Nature. Such a good thing to run paired with Pelipper or Politoed. You could argue, actually I would argue, that Pelipper is better than Politoed now, mainly because it gets Drizzle now and it gets U-Turn. And I believe you have better bulk. You might have better bulk, do you? You have better physical bulk, and you have... Yeah, actually, I don't really know. I just think Pelipper's better from what I've used. You also get Hurricane on Pelipper, too, which is really funny, because you get Drizzle as well, which is just stupid. And Scald. For that matter, get the Scald Rain boost. But if for whatever reason you prefer to run a Drizzle Politoed with your Drampa, what you can do is actually run a Sap Sipper Drampa, which is interesting. Sap Sipper, this Pokemon's attack is raised by 1 if hit by a Grass-type move, Grass Immunity, and this is a physical set. Kind of a weird gimmicky set. I don't see this working in too many situations, but I'm sure somebody would find this set funny. Play Rough, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. Item doesn't really matter too much. You could run Assault Vest. You could run Life Orb. You could even run Leftovers because you're not running Berserk, so it doesn't really matter if you're gaining HP. You could potentially run like a Resto Chesto if you so desire. I don't really think that's the best idea, but then again, it's a physical Drampa, which isn't the best idea at all. And then max HP, max attack. You could also, and this goes for these first 2 sets either, you could also run like Life Orb or something, or Expert Belt or something, and just run a min speed with a Trick Room Pokemon, which could be pretty crazy. I don't have a Trick Room Pokemon here because I'm just personally not a huge fan of Trick Room. Like I said earlier, I know a lot of people are saying Trick Room's gonna be really good this generation because of all the slow Pokemon, but if you so desire, run that mid speed. And then the last set we have, this set I didn't use either. This set I came up with while I was making the other sets. I thought it'd be a good idea in theory, but Citrus Berry Berserk with Substitute. The other two attacks don't really matter. I have Blizzard and Hurricane because Hurricane with a Rain Setter is good. And then Blizzard with a Alolan, what is it called? Alolan Ninetales is good because Alolan Ninetales gets Snow Warning now, which is pretty freaking ridiculous. You could run that. You could also run an even, I believe it's even HP number, because if you have an even HP number, like for example 298, after 2 substitutes you will be below 50%, so you'll get the Berserk boost and then you'll get the Stitch Spray boost, so you'll be back at a decent amount of health, and you'll have your +1 special attack, which is pretty freaking ridiculous. So that's pretty much it for Drampa, one of my favorite Pokemon of this generation. I've used it in Wi-Fi battles, I used it on Showdown, I haven't used it on Wi-Fi yet, and I really freaking like it. I did make a Wi-Fi team with this Drampa though, so if you guys want to see that Wi-Fi battle, leave a comment down below. I'll probably upload that in a couple days or so. I just have to actually have the battle, because I haven't found people to battle yet, because the game just came out and not many people have teams yet. So with that being said, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new. Have a good rest of your day. I will see you guys next time, and bye-bye.